Improving ourselves seems so difficult to do because most of us truly do not believe we are our own problem. Improving oneself is very difficult because it exposes some of the characteristic traits that we wish we never had. And nobody wants to confront themselves face to face to deal with what they have done as well as what was done to them. So where do we begin in this process? There's no other answer but to start with self. Once you have decided to improve yourself, there's no stopping you except you, and greatness will follow you because you choose to be great. But that's only if you can recognize the need to be great. I talk a lot about the ancients. And when I say ancients, I mean Kemet, the beautiful land of the original people. And my studying of them, I decided to take a chance on their teachings because our teachings really have not solved any problems but created more. The teachings of the ancients and their wisdom were and should be and still is to me the overstanding of the universe and the divine order that exists between the womb, man, the creators, nature, and the heavens. All is with one, and one is with all. They have many proverbs. According to the Proverbs on governing, it states that there are two tendencies that govern human choice and efforts: the search after quantity and the search after quality. They classified humankind choices as some follow truth, others seek the way of animal instincts. The chapters in Two Dangerous Conversations is for the healing and cleansing of oneself in order to come out of this animal instinct survival mode that we are trapped in. When we share our experiences, when we grow from our experiences, and when we use those experiences to help someone else, now we are living in creation mode. I had to ask myself, are you ready? Are you really ready to seek, find, and follow my truth? My question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready to seek, find, and to follow your truth? Or have we just become complacent by the state of survival mode we find ourselves in? They say ignorance is bliss, and the truth hurts. But not improving ourselves stops growth and it kills. Once again, you are welcome to another chapter into Dangerous Conversations. We talk about what most deal with in silence. I am your host, Tony Yvette, and today's chapter is about improving ourselves to becoming the better versions of ourselves. Some of the Proverbs states, "Whom men know yourself, and you shall know God this." A womb man heart is its own nectar, God tis. The kingdom of heaven is already within you. The body is the house of the God is. Today's proverb states, "To know means to record in one's memory, but to understand means to blend with the thing and to assimilate it into oneself." So we all know that we are living with our traumatic experiences. We know that it happened. As much as we try to forget that it did happen, the only thing is, it is stored in the back of our subconsciousness. And without warning, without triggering, memories pop up, reliving the pain and the sadness. Because we have not addressed it, we will never learn how to assimilate it for the benefits of self. It ends up destroying us and the innocent bystanders that we choose to be around. In the first chapter to Dangerous Conversations, I talked about self-acknowledgement, acknowledging all within. The second chapter, I talked about taking ownership. Stop denying and start accepting. The third chapter, I talked about forgiving ourselves. That begins the process of healing. One common thought throughout these chapters: the lessons learned were our lessons to learn, because they guide, protect, and give us reference to future situations. We use these experiences for us, not against us. And by achieving this, we blend the experience and assimilate it into us by learning and growing through it instead of being used by it. When we grow, everything becomes stronger, solid, firmer. But when we stay stagnant, nothing grows. It stops, it crumbles, and it falls. Unfortunately, this is how a lot of us are walking around. It becomes normal. We think no improvement is needed. And if we fall, we are told to pull yourself back up. It's never mentioned finding out the reason for your fall is needed before you can pull yourself back up. If you haven't grown from the experience that made you fall, you won't be strong mentally or physically to pull yourself back up. Instead, we become like those that crawl around on their bellies, living and operating with the lower self, living in survival mode, damaging and destroying all in close contact. When we ignore the problems in our lives, subconsciously we break down the will of empowerment and we become dependent. Why do we drink until we are not in control? Why do we become addicts, treating a substance more valuable than life? Why do we stay in toxic relationships? When we are not in control, there is no accountability. When we want to stop overthinking and worrying, substance removes you from that reality. When we want to love and to be loved, we seek it in all the wrong places. We will use any and everything as a substitute to absorb the pain. But when we look outside of us, that's when we become dependent on outside sources that only gives the illusion of happiness. When you look inward, you bring out the warrior inside. The warrior inside you is not all about fighting. The warrior inside understands when to fight and when to flight, when to proceed and when to retreat. Outside sources doesn't understand the duality of man. So where you end up wasn't by your choice. It's random, and that equates to self-destruction. Looking inwards helps you to balance your own scale of justice, transferring a negative into a positive. And that gives you the core of what happiness really is. The first step I took to improving myself was to change the way I was thinking. What you put in, that which will come out. Instead of the memories haunting me, in its place, I would say affirmations for healing. I am, I can, and I will. I am bigger than my adversaries. I am bigger than the one who has inflicted pain on me. I am stronger than the one that left the painful memories. I am humble to the misfortune I caused, never to be repeated again. My life and my light was bestowed upon me through greatness. Never will I give that up. Never will I let them take that from me. When I went to Ghana and visited the slave castles, the slave castles have a plaque that reads, "May humanity never again perpetrate injustice against humanity. We, the living, vow to uphold this." It all starts with me. It all starts with you. It all starts with us. It starts inside. Improvement of oneself is the greatest service you can give to humanity. Post-traumatic growth is the greatest service you can give to yourself. Don't let your experience dim your light. Use it to brighten it. Becoming the master of your faith, the master of self, and the master of your soul. When you are free, God shines within you, and through you, we see God. Let go, be calm, stay focused, and always remain curious. Let's go through this journey together, remembering there is only one love, one universe, and one consciousness. See you on the other side.